when I'm walking down the street.
I do want to say to Doni and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
I may not look like you and you me, but
my head up.
I'm from South Carolina, so I just
Got it.
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Morris?
Oh, my heart.
Happy 20th anniversary.
My heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? John.
and dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh. I'm free from people, free from myself. There's a
The doctor lived next door to the janitor, to the reverend, and the lawyer. We were together. Now we get so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks either. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Doni, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it all and more.
letting His glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. And I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to be you.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover, in it to win it for the long haul, baby. Got a spiritual message for you before we get started. And it goes like this. You know, we like to start the week off with a positive message. Another day knocks at our door to continue another page of our life. May this new day bring you more strength to help you hurdle all its challenges. Wisdom to choose the best course in your journey. Joy to enjoy every single moment. And God's protection and blessings to have not only a wonderful, but a blessed day. Good morning, world. To join us on this journey, first week of radio in March, Dr. Eric Kelly III, all the way from Durham, North Carolina, made famous by North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance Company, founder of the Black Business Olympics. And what's that other empire of yours named?
The Black Business Expo.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I knew you knew. I knew you knew the name of your baby. How you been, Dr. Kelly? This is the first time. Happy New Year.
Hey, man, you know, it's been a great year as we embark on history.
Hold up. You got a new background. What you got back there?
It's not, well, it's the one you haven't seen. You know, if the power of knowledge is not used, it's wasteful. As you see the plants behind me, there's one that's hanging down. That means that knowledge is not flowing through that limb. So we got to give the knowledge out to the people all over the world each and every day. And Happy New Year to you too, young man. Happy New Year to you.
Did you go see the Bob Marley movie yet?
No, I don't do movies. I do movements.
Man, I went in that movie. Do you know the movies is $25 a pop?
Again, if you wait, all you got to do is wait probably another month. It'll be free on the internet somewhere.
We wanted to go to the movies, man, but I ain't been to the movie. I didn't realize I hadn't been to the movie in years. You know, when cable started getting funky with me, I went to the DVDs and the Street Boys. Get 4 CDs for $10.
Well,
then they came up with Fire Stick, and I evolved. But the cable company, yeah, because they try to crack slick on me, gonna charge me $200 deposit because I was a day late on their money.
Well, you know, they're in the business to earn money, so you know that's what it is. But
No, some of them companies thought people would not have other alternatives. In Baltimore, they call Comcast. They will cut you off. You could be 5 seconds late. Bloop. And you go up there, you stand in line, and you got some teller behind the counter what you want.
and of course, you know what they always want is the money. But let's move on into the movement today. You know, like I said, I don't do movies. What I do is movements.
And what's your latest movement?
The Black Business Olympics. You know, we started back here when the pandemic hit. 1 month, then we moved to 4 months, then we moved to 6 months, and now we moved to 12 months last year, and this year we're doing every 2 weeks. So we're headed toward 365 days of the year live Black Business Network. And hey man, you know, it's just been a ride. I'm loving every moment of it. You know, we do one on the literary Black Business Olympics, where we discuss people who have written books, agents, bookstores, authors, and that's been just incredible. And yes, sir, we got whenever you want to come on and be interviewed about your book, sir, we'll have you on the literary edition. It's been very, very popular.
What else? How's your mom?
Oh, she's still waiting on those 2 autographed copies of your book. That'll tell you that. She's doing great. She's a diva. She's with an organization called the Divas, which is a senior cheerleading squad that's been traveling all over the country, man. She's doing great. Wonderful. Her birthday, as a matter of fact, was 2 days ago. I had an opportunity to go sing happy birthday and share in another birthday with her that was, oh my God, it was awesome.
How old is she, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, she's 20 years older than me, you know, so I'm 67. Oh, she's 88 now.
Wow.
Yes.
My mom's would be 95. I have an aunt that just turned 94.
Woo! Boy, you're lucky.
I was in church last Sunday. It was a couple. He was 104. She was 99.
Oh my goodness, that is just beautiful.
And
man.
he drives every day.
That is beautiful because, you know, sometimes we don't even realize the legacy that's in front of us as we're living our lives, man. You know,
especially if they're driving slow in front of us.
Well, whether they're driving slow or not, they are still
guilty.
here.
I'm guilty. I didn't know it was an old lady.
You blow the horn? I know you.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
Man, come on.
I got up. I looked to the left. I was like, oh my God.
And you just totally destroyed her day.
I messed my blessings up too.
That's why
it was a man. And I ain't gonna lie, I swear to beans, I looked to the left. I swore I saw my daddy. I was like, oh my God.
One thing I always say when I'm driving my car is the person that's in front of me, beside me, wherever, they're doing the best that they can do. So understanding that they're doing the best that they can do, it don't affect me in any kind of way. But
to my defense, when you coming through West Baltimore, you can't be half stepping. You can't get up to the stop sign and be moving slow because it don't go like that. That's the stick up zone. Chop, chop, cop and bop, stick and move. Let's go. Drive around like a tourist.
Well, hey man, you know,
they gonna get got.
These are things that go on all over the world, man. So hey, I just enjoy, like I said, moving the movement.
Do they have bike lanes in your neighborhood?
Man, you know, them people that came through our neighborhoods and put their bike lanes in our neighborhoods, they dog parks in our neighborhoods. You know how it go. You know, I already know how it go.
We don't want no bike lanes. We don't want no bike lanes. Ain't nobody in the bike. Ain't nobody on the bike.
Yeah, but they put them bike lanes there so that they can just ride through and look at us.
Ain't nobody on the bike.
Well, hey, they have taken some of our great streets and turned them into one lanes so they could put a bike lane in there so that we can't even move as fast as we want to move as we move through our city.
Exactly. Why you slowing up my day? Oh, you need traffic calming. No, I don't. I need you to leave with your big bright ideas.
And
they call them the bike mafia around here.
And many times.
And look, they got these little flex posts in the damn corner sticking out to make it even tighter. Fire trucks can't get through there. Offer some people on some damn bikes that you don't even see. Where they at? I don't see you.
Well, whether you see them or not,
No, I don't see them. None of us see them. We don't see them at all.
Generally, they come to your town from somewhere else and buy them a big house, and then they go downtown and they say, we got to have bike lanes. And the sad part about that is this. We don't spend enough time looking at who creates our communities sometimes. And that is something that must change.
Pilgrims. You know, the ones with the little buckle on their shoes? Because ain't no black man create no bike lanes. A black man ain't got time for a bike lane. A black man been riding without a bike lane since Harriet Tubman. So why bike lane? What is that?
Well, again, you know, I can only talk.
Let's get this in business because I don't want to get you in no trouble. But we don't want no bike lanes in Baltimore. Just get on away from me.
Well,
what's the next Business Olympics and who you got? You have speakers from all over the world.
Yes, the Black Business Olympics is a global phenomenon now. We just, as a matter of fact, yesterday was our last day for February. We went the last week. You know, February has 29 days, so we ended up ending in March the 2nd and March the 3rd. And we had 145 speakers to speak from all over the globe. We have.
Man, I know you tired.
No, I love life. This is life for me, man. This is not. Listen, when I go to sleep, do the big sleep, then you'll know that I've done my job. But our next one is coming up the second week in March, and then we do one at the end of March. So we're going to be looking at inviting speakers from around the globe again. You know, it's just been. Man, I'm going to tell you one thing about doing a movement. When you're doing a movement, you don't have time to sleep. You don't have time to rest. As I told somebody this morning in my meeting in Africa at 6 o'clock this morning, had to be in that meeting at 6 o'clock this morning to discuss another project that came to me because of the work that I'm doing with the Black Business Olympics. One thing that we miss a lot of times is when you're reaching out globally across the people, they're reaching back globally across to you. And right now I'm planning a 9 nations tour in Africa to 9 museums to doing an art exhibit of my artwork. So it's just glorious to live each day and do what we do.
So hello to Maria up in New York City. We will be there, Maria, on April 12th and April 13th. What country were you talking to today?
I'm talking to Nairobi.
Jumbo! So did you learn any Swahili?
Well, you know, it's interesting.
That's a yes or no. I'm going to tell you like I tell my grandkids.
Hold on. Let me finish. It's interesting that you mentioned that because no, I didn't learn any Swahili, but
so let me just give you some basic Jumbo.
The 9 nation tour that we're going to be doing, we're going to have a education and education in learning new languages for these 9 nations that we're going to: Swahili, Arabic, some French, and some Spanish.
What about the African dialects? I mean, you know, the average Africans speak like 4 languages.
And that's one of the things that we will be talking about. But again, we're going to be working on different dialects because the tour is going to be at the end of the year. So we're planning on learning learning and working on different languages to learn, because there's no need to go to another country and not be able to communicate.
That's what I'm saying. Jambo, Mungu asifiwe, Bwana asifiwe. You got to work on and you got to work on your African accent. Oh my goodness. Say that. Repeat that to me. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I love Africa. I run for my country.
Well,
so have you ever been to Africa before?
No, I have not gone to Africa. I'm a little torn, because I know generally when I go past 6 hours to any place, I stay at least 2.5 years. So we're talking about 22 hours. I'm hoping that I'm going to come back.
I got time for that, man. I just asked you, did you go? I went to Ethiopia, stayed 4 days, and we got on the plane and left. What are you talking about 2.5 years? You don't even know if you gonna like it.
I just know how I do. If I go somewhere for more than 6 or 7 hours,
that's 18 hours. So that means you gotta stay 7 years.
Hey, and it might not be a bad thing. We don't know.
I'm just saying, look, I'm gonna travel 18 hours. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go to Egypt. I'm gonna get the picture right by the pyramid. You know how people be doing, posing with the pyramid. You got the pyramid in the backdrop, the camera, all that. Boom, boom, boom. The Louis Armstrong, Malcolm X. They got some of the best pictures in Africa. Got my pyramid picture, and then I'm outie, baby. Then I'm going across the water to Santorini. That's my plan for this year.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know that I'm doing 30 days in Africa, 9 different nations, and doing a museum tour all over these particular nations. And one of the things that we want to do, because I have a museum in Durham, North Carolina called the Eric Kelly III Museum, we're going to work with these different nations to do designated museums in the community.
You have a museum?
Yes, ever since I was 7 years old, sir.
Okay. Pardon me, but that's just not normal. Okay, where's the museum?
It's in Durham, North Carolina. It's here in Durham.
Is it in your basement?
No, it's an actual
building.
It's an actual building.
Hey, I'm just joking, man.
I know, but I got to go with you. Your show, I can't say you don't know about my museum. I can't do that. I just got to go.
You never mentioned no daggone museum.
Well, I don't mention a lot of things, but that does not mean those things don't exist.
Okay, anything else we should know? You like a part-time astronaut? How many pieces of artwork are in your museum?
I would say over 2,000 pieces of artwork. One of the things that many people that know me from that side of the table is that I've been doing work ever since I was 4 years old. And the museum was an idea that my great-grandfather brought to me because he wanted me to be a lawyer. And I told him I wanted to be an artist. And
do you still want to be a lawyer? Did you ever want to be a lawyer?
I wanted to delve into that field because of my art and being able to protect I wanted to be an art lawyer at one time, but I didn't want to be a lawyer to defend
get black people out of jail.
No, I didn't want to do that. To me, that even though that is something that we need, to me, that was an exciting piece of my history that I wanted to be a part of my life. So the museum has been here ever since I was 7. It started in his house, and now we have been doing artwork. We have been doing artwork that's been collected for over the years.
So you have other people's artwork featured there also?
No, it's the collected works of Eric Kelly III.
And that's you?
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to speak about yourself in third person? I mean, Jay-Z does that. That's some Jay-Z level type stuff.
Well, I look at my life in 3 dimensions. I look at the past, I look at the today, and I look at the future.
So let me try that. I'm going to do a museum dedicated to Donnie Glover, the first.
And you should. One of the reasons that we're going to Africa is to designate some museums over there for artists who are not revered. Because, see, think about it for a moment, Donnie. The Van Gogh Museum is a museum about Van Gogh. Where's Ernie Barnes Museum? You know, where's
I
Jack
don't know. Is
Whitney?
there an Ernie Barnes museum?
There is not an Ernie Barnes Museum. That doesn't make sense to me. Ernie Barnes was one of the top artists who lived,
Where's the Ernie
who
Barnes
was
museum?
born. There is no Ernie Barnes Museum.
Gallery. Barnes' work is currently held in the collections of the African American Museum in Philadelphia, California African American Museum, the Pro Football Hall of.
He's in the Pro Football Hall. You know, again, there is not a many black, what I call American African museums here, period, in America. You know, you get cultural events, but you don't
Did
get
you know they got the North Carolina roots of artist Ernie Barnes at North Carolina Museum in Raleigh?
That is an exhibit. That is not a museum. The museum is housing that exhibit. That is not his museum. Yes, I do know. I've been to the exhibit. Of course, that's what I do. I check in on my brothers who are artists, but there is not a Charles White Museum, another revered artist. There's not a Jack Whitney Museum. Romare Bearden doesn't have a museum. But
oh my goodness, there's a beautiful mural of Romare Bearden here in Baltimore at the Upton subway station. A lot of people don't know it. Romare Bearden, and a lot of people miss it because he ain't the darkest African, but you know, fair skin. But this cat is awesome. And right there in the basement of Upton subway station is a big old what do you call it? The
mural. Mural.
No, not mural. That's not the word.
Painting.
In the Middle East, mosaic.
Mosaic. Boom. And that is something that we don't see in our culture. You know, black people having museums for people to go and study the art of an artist. It, you know, that is a quest of mine, to create museums for great artists all over the world. And so the African trip.
What a very interesting dream. I've never met a museum dreamer.
Well, that's one of the things when my great grandfather came to me.
A museum visionary.
Yeah, well, he wanted me to be a lawyer. I stood there and told him I wanted to be an artist because my grandmother, Lovella Kelly, said I could be anything I wanted to be. And my great grandfather.
You about to get you and your grandma swung on. He said be a lawyer.
And you know what? You know what? I'm gonna tell you something about that statement, because he said that every family needed a lawyer. And truly, I believe that now that I've gotten older, I really believe that every family needs a lawyer, because there's so much.
You got a daughter?
Yes, of course. She's in Maryland, as a matter of fact.
You didn't try to push it on her like you should be a lawyer?
No.
Good for you.
I have a son. I have a son. I didn't try to push that on them, because my belief is that I want you to live your life with your abilities, not through the lens of me. And
see, that's why you ain't your granddaddy. Your granddaddy said, "Look here, damn all that. You gonna be a lawyer."
I told him I was gonna be an artist, and guess what happened? I'm an artist. No, he didn't say. He took me to some museums so I could see what a museum was like. He showed me what being an artist was like, and I am eternally grateful for that, because without him,
I can hear your granddaddy now. Inner city blues make you want to holler sometimes and just throw your hands up in the air and say liberation.
Well, the greatest thing about my great grandfather was this: is that he embodied that whole vision of doing what you wanted to do also. So that has been great. That is how the Olympics has been fostering each and every year, because, you know, it was an idea. And that idea was...
I'm sorry, I cut you off. I got a very burning question. Go ahead.
And that idea is moving toward that 365-day, 24-hour a day Black business network.
Man, what's all this talk about Nikki Haley?
What do you mean?
Damn, that was just a blank look. I mean, that said it all. Last time Biden was trying to get elected, they made the Carolinas so important in the news. Nikki Haley, she got beat by Orange Man down there, and they've been talking about it for like a week, 2 weeks, a week.
Well, again, you know, the Nikki Haley deal, the Orange Man deal, that's their deal. I'm working on my deal, and I'm gonna focus on what I'm doing.
You are no fun. Yeah, I mean, every question I ask you, you just diverting it. You like one of them traffic cops who working on their off day and it's raining and they mad at everybody and the game on and everybody watching the game. You just won't talk about it.
But again, I'm not mad. I mean, they think about it like this. These organizations and these politicians are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to continue to do what they're going to do.
That's what they do.
We as people have to continue to look at what we're going to do, what we're going to leave as a legacy, where we're going to be 10 years from now, 200 years from now. What's the legacy? Yeah, we can sit here and talk about Nikki Haley and talk about Orange Man and talk about Biden. The question becomes, what are we going to do about our lives? What are we going to leave? You know, the Black Business Olympics is great, but when you ask the question of the Eric Kelly Museum and you start thinking about that piece, that's a part of our legacy that I plan on leaving when I leave the planet. So me having a conversation, a 2-3 hour conversation about what Nikki Haley is going to do, we're going to watch all that unfold here shortly. We're going to watch all of this unfold. We're going to vote, do what we do, but it's still going to unfold the way it's going to unfold for them. What's going to unfold for us? Look at what you're doing. You know, I was thinking when we first met and you was talking about the thing that I was doing that was so incredible, and I was rolling through what I was doing. Look at what you have been able to do. Every day, every morning at 9 o'clock, you have been committed to Black News USA. You've been committed to this thing that's a part of your legacy, that when you leave this planet, people will be able to go back and review what you've done. When you sat there and said, I should do a museum, a Doni Glover museum, think about it for a moment. Your legacy is tied to all the great things that you've done on this planet. Why not
you know what the theme song would be? As soon as you come in the door. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day. No. Okay. I'll rethink that. What about some jazz? What about Miles Davis?
Well, you know, what about Doni Glover creating the music that opens his own museum as I have done?
Well, I can play a little music. A lot of people don't know that.
That is what it's about, man. What are we leaving? That's what the conversation should be about. Not what's going on, but what are we leaving? What is Doni Glover going to leave on the planet so that young people can look at it and say, I need to be inspired by what Doni Glover has left? Because at the end of the day, man, you're doing an outstanding job just in being committed to this project.
I'm gonna leave in that book, I Am Black Wall Street. I'm gonna leave in this book.
Durham, North Carolina is not in it.
Yes,
you gotta redo that book. You gotta redo that book. You gotta redo
Durham, North Carolina is in it. Oh my God. How could I do a book on Tulsa and not talk about Durham and Richmond? Stop playing, man. I talk about Durham, Richmond, talk about Bronzeville, Black Bottom in Detroit, Bronzeville in Chicago, Weeksville in Brooklyn, Biscayne Bay in Florida. Come on, man. Zora Neale Hurston territory. I didn't even like Florida until I did that book. Then I realized there was so much Black history, and that's why the racists want to usurp Florida, and that's why they want to lift up Zimmerman, who should be locked up or executed for murder, one. Don't get me started on Florida. I was having a good day. Okay, so what's next?
Well, I think when you ask the question, what's next, I'm doing a $1 million mural at these collectors' house that's going to be unveiled on the 16th of March. The picture is called Ashe. It is a mural that the collectors, Chris and Teresa Dickey, commissioned me to do. That's going to be an outstanding
Did you
piece.
say $1 million?
It's a 47 foot mural, 6 feet tall mural that's on a canvas on the back of a fence in their yard that they're going to use to just enjoy. And so
how will it be protected from the elements?
Chris, who's an engineer, is working on that aspect of the actual piece.
Did you say 47 feet by 19?
I said 47 feet by 6 feet high. It's 47 feet
47
long.
by 6.
Yeah, it's massive. It's truly massive. We're doing the opening. We're going to stream it live on my network. Now, what I would say when you ask the question, what's next? We are embarking on introducing our streaming network called bxtv.org that you can actually go to. As a matter of fact, I'm broadcasting this interview on the streaming network. Our brand is going to be Black business. We're going to have Black business stories, Black business movies, Black business documentaries. We're going to focus on Black business, period. We're not going to do religion. We're not going to do politics. We're not going to do sex. We're not going to do entertainment. We're not going to do movies and all of that stuff. We're going to focus on Black business. We are working on our Black business Bitcoin, a Black business metaverse. We're doing a site, an AI site for Black business called Black Business AI. That's going to focus just on Black business, where you're going to be able to go to our streaming service and deal with Black businesses all over the globe. That's what's next for me.
Okay, so how can people be a part of your network?
Well, they can go to bxtv.org and sign up for the streaming service. bxtv.org is our streaming service. As I said, we're streaming live right now. We just streamed the Black Business Olympics live for 7 days. We will be doing 24-hour
That's it right there?
Yes, bxtv.org. We will be streaming 365 days Black business recorded shows on the network. That's what we're working on right now. But we also will have another stream that will be live network, because we want to connect people around the world and around the globe together.
How can people become a part of your network? I mean, because one thing, and I'm just going to throw you under the bus. You often ask me about speakers and new speakers, and you've gone through my phone book. I guess you got all the numbers you need. You don't call me no more. But what about speakers who want to come and promote their business on your network? How do they get in touch with you?
Well, what they do is they can go to the network and sign up, or they can go to the website, Black Business Expo USA, and sign up, or they can give me a call at 919-308-9090. I will see.
Okay. You said a lot of stuff there real fast, and I'm trying to help you out here. Can you want to try that again?
For those speakers and business owners who want to promote and showcase their business, they can call me at 919-308-9090, or they can go to the website and sign up at Black Business Expo USA, the hub for Black businesses and Black events all over the country.
All right, Kelly, we gotta watch you. You got some stuff with you.
I will
You got 2
definitely send.
websites and a phone number. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I just look a
I
little.
will send you. I will send you the commercial that you can play where people can get that information also. But we always are looking for speakers. So Donnie, I will be calling you some more for some more speakers.
Is that information correct?
That information is not correct. Black Business Expo USA.com is what that should be. That is what
I know
we're
people
about.
like you. Y'all just always got ideas. You never go to sleep, and you get on the rest of our nerves. Is that right?
That is correct. And for those
Always
who
coming
like,
up with something. I'm like, what you got today? You just made
well,
up some
we're always
National Black.
we all when you say we don't sleep, everybody asked me on yesterday after they called me after the last presentation and said, am I going to take a whole week's break? And I told them, no, I'll be in Australia tomorrow. I'll be in Africa tomorrow. I'll be in Baltimore today. I'll be in North Carolina the rest of the
If
day.
you come to Baltimore, do you know what you have to get to eat?
What?
Jumbo lump crab cake.
I don't do fish. I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we got some vegan spots.
Well, my daughter is there. As I said, I'm going to be making the trek up there. I'm going to be making the trek down to Fayetteville this weekend, as we've been honored in Fayetteville for the work that we're doing.
Where?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Fayetteville?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh, that's how you say it down there. Fayetteville.
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
See, I get lost coming up the road if I say, where's Fayetteville? Because it sounds like you're saying fed, like you fed somebody something to eat.
I'm sure the people in Fayetteville are looking at you like, come on, bro, don't hatch it up out there.
Fayetteville, I said it. Like
Let me
Norland.
ask you a question. I got a question for you about your book.
Oh.
In your book, the Black Wall Street, have not read it.
I am Black Wall Street.
Yes.
Available on Amazon and Barnes
Is
and
there a
Noble.
mention of Haiti?
Of course, there's a mention of Haiti. I say Haiti, but yeah, Haiti, of course.
Of course, that was the name of Haiti. You know that was the name of Haiti before they changed the name Haiti. It was spelled that way. You know that, right?
Okay, I just never heard nobody call it Haiti. Okay, Haiti, Haiti. Yeah, we talk about Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and Henry Christophe, and a Jamaican that helped them in that revolution. Then we also talk about Nanny the Maroon Queen, King Miguel, King Baiano, Zumbi down in Brazil. A lot of people don't even know that Brazil got more black people, twice as many black people as the U.S. Brazil.
That's right. You're absolutely right, because there are 46 million here in America and 86 million in Brazil. I mean, in South America.
And probably more if they acknowledge their black roots. A lot of them don't want to acknowledge they got that thing in them.
Well, again, we start talking about the numbers. I keep the numbers on the top of my mind. But the thing that we have to always remember and talk about is the age, because the average age in North America is 27, but the average age in Africa is 14. And what's crazy is this, that there are over 1 billion black people on the rest of the world, UK, South America, Australia, North America, but there's 1 billion black people in Africa. Think about that for a moment. Think about what I just said. The rest of the world, of the other 2 billion of us, the rest of the world, think about it, is 1 billion. But in Africa alone, there's 1 billion black people. That's deep. And we have got to reach across the continent and join. We got to stop this. I don't like Africans because Africans, whether we want to say it or not, are us.
I've met people like that, but they be so quick to go to celebrate Scandinavia. Yeah, look up your own damn tree.
We're not.
But see, racism has done a reverse job on us to get us to unlike ourselves. Imagine that. The oldest Bible is in Ethiopia. Here we run around having discussions about Semites and anti-Semites, not realizing we are the Semitic sons and daughters of Shem.
Well, I'm not going to have that conversation with you, sir, because again, remember, I am black business.
I know my roots. I know my history. I know everything in that Bible came from somebody that looked like me.
Well, that's
except the part where they say slaves be loyal to your masters, because that's where the fight broke out. And I told them, no, I ain't gonna be loyal to nobody. Here we go. There we go. There you go. You see it? I pulled out my African spear. That's all the loyalty you getting. Okay.
Well, of course, those books were written by black folk as the Romans came to Africa to discover.
Ain't gonna be none of that slavery, partner. Ain't none of that. Okay. Ain't none of that slave be loyalty, man. Ain't none of that. I don't know what Bible you got. We took that out of our Bible.
Well, I am sitting here listening to you. And again, you know, when you start talking about history, I always reference those 7,000 years before that Bible was written. So we can go on and on until the break of dawn on this one here, buddy, if you like. But there are 5 things that I don't discuss with anybody.
Religion,
I am
politics, religion, politics, your daughter, what else?
I didn't throw it. You're wrong for what you said. I'm gonna let you slide. But
I feel the same way. Don't come here. Don't ask me nothing about my daughter.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But you know, one of the things that I did want to talk about is speakers. And we are looking for people who have written books. And the reason that I brought up your books is because, you know, we need to stop this movement of getting our books out of the school systems. We need to stop.
You talking about Ron DeSantis. See, everything we do is political.
But it's not only Ron DeSantis. It's many of these Republicans, or better yet, many white people who don't want American history to be as broad as it is. We are American.
And my problem, your great-grandfather was a racist and owned slaves and exploited people. That's not my problem, that you are ashamed of who your granddaddy was.
And then the other thing is, you know, we always sat around and talked about reparations. And
no, we want it. I need my 200,000 right now.
Well, back to that subject, reparations. We have sat back and said we wanted reparations, but we have not really pushed that whole envelope. Give us reparations. But America just gave $300 billion to the Ukrainians.
Damn right. I keep telling them that. So I keep telling them that.
So if they're able to give 300,
I can't even get a damn recreation center up the street.
$300 billion to
yeah.
them.
I don't even know you.
Where our money at?
I don't even know them.
I don't even know what they look like. Where's my
I know
money?
you.
Where's my money at? Because if you think about it, if you give black people reparations, this will be a better country than you would ever believe. It would be a greater country because we have done more with nothing. Give us that money so we can go ahead and make this country the great country that it should be.
Something don't sound right there. Give me my money. I think you gotta take it.
That
the same way the J6 people look. Had black people climbed the walls of the Capitol and say, "Give us our damn money," what would have happened?
They would have been shot like dogs in the street.
Oh, but Orange Man and his people can do it, and this cat could actually win re-election.
Well, again, you have to first of all understand what this country is about.
Racism.
This country is about the incompetent people to survive. So as we continue to talk about all these things, to get our
Anybody
money,
that follows that Trumpster, I mean, come on, Shawty. Come on, man.
if you're talking about we have to take it, the sad part of that is we have to create a government of black people here to understand what taking it really means. You know, it's $11 trillion.
Because they black, hey, just because they black don't qualify, because we got a lot of blacks who don't know. I think they would turn on us as soon as they got some money.
Well, let's get the money first and let them do what they do, and let the people who
all right, we're gonna get the money, but I'm gonna have my hand on my gun and I'm gonna be watching them.
Well, again, you know,
I have my hand right on my gun.
It's always great when we have these conversations because many people won't have the conversation of reparations. And the reason is because they don't believe that America is going to give black people anything because they have not ever given black people anything.
A hard way to go. That's what they've given us.
In those 29 days, it just happened, went by so fast. It's crazy that you get a
That's
month.
the month Frederick Douglass was born, man. It wasn't about the 28 days. I mean, but I will say they put Abraham Lincoln on a penny.
You know why? Because they wanted him to be black the rest of his life.
I mean, his hair was curly.
Well, you know, if you think
he wouldn't
about
be the first light-skinned black.
But you also got to think about the penny is the black people of the money world.
Let me help you out. Mansa Musa was the richest king who ever lived. So that's their little chump change. We always had money.
Well, again,
you see scandalous people that come across the water spreading smallpox, thirsty for our gold. That's where the problem. Just like the Indians come in, Indians teach them how to grow corn. What they give the Indians? Smallpox.
Oh, they gave the Indians the gun. They exterminated the Indians. That's what they did. They couldn't exterminate us, though. We still here. So let me ask you a question, Donnie. What's next on your agenda for what your movement is doing?
Actually, it's on a college campus. And in another couple of months, I'll be ready to share even more news with you. Actually, in a month. But we got to tighten up on the backstroke first.
So when is the graduation?
It's in May. I just want to secure this work first. In the name of the Most High. Then you know, once I secure it and have the key in my hand, then we tell you what's next. But it's all academic. It's collegiate. It's pushing the envelope and becoming the first one, the first male in my family to do what I've done.
And that is an awesome testament to your leadership, to what you've been doing all this time. The people in our communities need to support you more. The sponsors out here need to support you more. The businesses need to support you more. And that is the part that we don't get many times, is that support that we need to keep pushing the envelope of progress.
Mm-hmm. So what does your daughter understand about your legacy?
Well, she understands that business, in terms of where she is, she's a regional vice president right now. And congratulations to Karen. Hey, Karen, how you doing?
That's Ruth Kirk's daughter. Ruth Kirk was a strong politician here in the city of Baltimore. still revered. God rest her soul, but she was no chump.
That's awesome. And she understands the world of Kelly Worldwide. And Kelly Worldwide is our moniker to doing global business. And that's what it's all about.
It is. I'll tell you what else I'm working on, that passport. I had to renew my passport, so I gotta go through the process all over again. But got
and
that
everybody
passport.
and everybody should have a passport.
You got daggone Skippy. I feel naked without it.
You never know when it's time to leave.
And it's nothing like that feeling of being in another country like that. My passport, and I got it right here. You keep it close. Keep that passport close, because you can't go nowhere without it. You ever seen the James Bond movie? The first thing they take, give me your passport. No, you can't have my passport. It's my passport.
That is, but you got to remember, we still need speakers, and I really appreciate you asking for speakers. I will be calling you later today. Matter of fact, I'm going to have one of my people call you. Now, I'm going to call you, Doni. Yeah, bxtv.org, man. It's an awesome streaming service, bro. Awesome streaming service. Black business speakers, black business CRM. We're doing a black business CRM. But more importantly, you know how you plan your day? You know, customer relations, management tool. Black people have a different way that we do things. And so we're creating a CRM that's specifically for how Black people's culture works. You know, sometimes we hear that Black people are always late. Well, why they late? You know, what is that about? Is that about they don't care to be on time? Or is it a part of the culture of how they do things? And so the CRM is going to be a management system to help Black people do more business globally.
You know the funniest thing I've heard a comedian say? They say Black people don't make bombs.
Don't make what?
Black people don't make bombs, because to make bombs, you got to be on time.
That's a good one, buddy. That's a good one. But one of the things that happened in the African culture, before they would do business with you, they want to eat with you. They want to know who you are. And
yeah, they want to find out who your family is.
Yeah, and
what
I was thinking,
how your mama doing?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and that part of their culture must have fell on us, because we always want to know about you before we want to do business with you.
Yeah, we want to make sure you don't work for the KKK.
Well, we
want to make sure you're not related to J. Marion Sims, who was the father of gynecology, who used to practice on Black women without anesthesia. We want to make sure we know you're not related to Margaret Sanger, the woman who said that Black people are like weeds and should be exterminated. And she went on to start Planned Parenthood, since this is Women's History Month. Yeah, we want to know who you are, who you related to. Are you affiliated or are you unaffiliated? Who you rolling with?
Well, I think all of those things are very important. But as I said in the opening remarks of this conversation, is that the movement that I'm moving, we need to know, what movement are you moving? And that's what's very important to what I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to keep on pushing the envelope for Black media. We believe that the 44.4 million.
That's critical. That's critical.
Should have a voice. I'm in a. So one of the things that I'm working on for graduate school is the future of Black media, the future of the Black press. And there are those who do not subscribe to the traditional beliefs of what the Black press is, which is Black owned. There are those who say that, oh, the Black press don't speak for all Black people. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's just like the people that say, you know, not all, who would suggest that some Black people came over here in the bottom of a slave ship and some people came on a speedboat, you know?
Well, there's a app that I want you to get. It's called the Haiti app. And
but there were Black people already here. Okay, the Haiti app.
Without a doubt. The Haiti app has over 200 200 media outlets, on 200 newspapers on their app, giving out Black information every day. So please,
Is Be More News? Is Be More News on there?
I don't know if Be More News is on there.
Oh, well, if you talk to them, you promoting them, let them know.
What I'm going to do today is I'm going to call him and ask him that question, because you should be on there. There's no question about it, because you are Be More News.
No question. And blackusa.news. So let me ask you, any final thoughts, that you want to share with the audience? We're about to wrap this thing up. Thank you for joining us bright and early on a Monday morning. This is quite a sacrifice. I had to get it from you because I know you're coming back later with some phone numbers and some questions.
Well, what I would like to say to each and every person that listens to your broadcast each and every day, think about why you're listening. What is important? Spend some time with Donnie Glover. Give him and invest in his show. Invest in Blackness today. Stop sitting back saying, oh, it's all right, and be a part of his movement to change lives. Be a part of his movement to do more with what you have. Invest, invest, invest. Because the more you invest, the more he can do across this great country. The more he can share his vision of bringing people together. That's what I would say this morning. Many times we get an opportunity to talk about what we want, and we get selfish about what we want. But what really needs to happen is that we as a people must invest in all of what we do, because we are all that we have. And in the end of the day, when the rubber hits the road, when the timekeeper stops your time clock, ask yourself one thing: what did you do to support somebody else to keep them moving toward their movement and their progress? That's what I would say.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Mr. Eric Kelly, Dr. Eric Kelly, thank you for joining us this morning. Up to date, down tomorrow, do your day and everything will follow. Nothing to it but to do it. I got to do it, regardless of how I feel. Do support bxtv.org, blackbusinessexpousa.com, and do call 919-308-9090. I am somebody. I am my brother's keeper. Good morning, world.
And thank you.